In this episode of The Warm-Up, Go Sports meets with Houston Heat to get a recap of the previous year and insight on some of the team's off-season changes. Heat will enter the year with a drastic cut in their roster size, from 12 versatile named pros to a focused group of 8. The biggest change, however, is in their coach, Sam Monville. Though a Millennium Series title and 2 close second-place American League finishes would make for a productive 2015 season, Houston Heat has more to prove if they intend on making it out on top this time around. Join us as we dive into their devastating second-place World Cup finish and take a look at how the team is preparing heading into the 2016 season.
Well, winning the series title in Millennium was huge for us.
The Millennium, taking the series was huge. You know, it was, I think it was more of a weight off the shoulders than it was a celebration.
So it's something that, Randy Smith wanted to do when he set his goal out when he started playing in the Millennium. Like, I want to win the series title. And when he does things, like, he wants to do it 100%.
Because it's something that, as a team, Heat's been working on for, I think it was 3 years prior, and just had not been having success over there.
And then we came down to the wire, and, it was just a huge burden once we completed that mission of just winning the series title and then winning the event.
Invigorating, it's something that we all thought we deserved. It was just a matter of stepping over that hump.
The year we had winning, coming off the Millennium win, going right to World Cup, everything was working well for us. We were playing probably the greatest we've ever played. And, you get to that point, you feel like you know what to do, and the team knows what to do, and, sometimes it doesn't work out for you.
Chad George able to get him, but Kyle Spica's still alive in all that chaos. Kyle Spica was able to shoot Chad George, but here comes Greg Sewers to hit him with 2 seconds left. Kyle Spica begging for the kill. Hits the buzzer. It doesn't get any closer than this.
Right. There. Yes, and he misses it.
God,
he misses the buzzer. He missed the buzzer.
Kyle Spica shot him before he hit it because he's not. Yeah,
right there.
When you see things happening, there's nothing worse than just standing there watching something happen and you just go, how does that happen, right? All those times that we drill or do whatever we do and work together, and it's just sometimes it's the moment, man. It's why it's competitive. It's why there's not one team dominating in the NXL, right?
You go to the World Cup. I've lost the World Cup before 7-0 and had nightmares for weeks. And that was like back in Aftershock days. So when you've been to the World Cup and then you win it and then you go back again and you're a contender for it again, it's like, shit, like I was right there again. It's like, it just makes you hungrier.
We still finished second in the World Cup. And quite frankly, we should have won it, right? And it had nothing to do with the last minute buzzer thing. There were some mistakes, fundamental mistakes that we made, both from a coaching and a player perspective, far far earlier than when it came down to the last shot and the buzzer.
And once the second that trophy was handed to us, obviously I wanted to chuck the fucking thing. But once it was handed to us, I was like, all right, well, like, what are we gonna do to fix this for next year? Like, how can we make sure like the bigger trophy's ours? And we just started evaluating it like the next day. Like, all right, what do we need to do? What expectations do we have for next year? And everything is just a win, 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 win. And then we looked at it, how we play the format is we have 12 guys, but we only use 8 guys.
Your boy. You know what this means? Race? No, I was just gonna help you get down the field fast. Cool. Yeah. So I'm gonna spread the guns. Yeah. Just like last time, Greg.
Dude, let's do it like last time.
This isn't a competition. Let's
do it like last time.
This is a competition, but it's us versus them, not us versus each other.
3 right.
Move your butt a little. There you go, babe.
The 5, Greg! 3 and 5! 0-1! 0-1! Kill the 5! Kill 2! Kill the 5, Greg Robb! Greg Robb! Greg Robb! Kill 3! The 4, Greg! Kill 3! Kill 4!
That's it, baby. It's all good. You heard me, that's all that matters.
I've always been one to stay out of the politics. That's just how I am. I like to keep my head focused on playing.
I think everyone knew that 12 was a big roster, and it's not sustainable. There's too many guys sitting, and everyone we have on Heat was kind of like hand-picked and chosen, so they could go start on just about any other pro team they'd want.
And 12 is a lot of players for one team. And with the team we have, the names we have, the players we have, just the different combinations we can put out there, it's so tough to figure out who you're going to put on the field.
8 was just an efficient number for paintball. It gives you a chance to let guys get reps and get used to their spots, and You know, we didn't want to see anyone go. We thought we were going to go to 10, you know, given being a team that practices during the week. Being able to play 5-on-5 is, you know, optimal. But 8's the number, you know, just it allows people to play more paintball, and it doesn't leave anyone hanging out in the pit that doesn't deserve to.
I've already seen a difference in kind of the mindset of the players. You know, it's not, you want some competitiveness, but when you have 12 people, right, it's just, there's people that are just fighting on top of people to get a spot. They're not really thinking about what they got to do to be a team player. They're more thinking about what they got to do to be one of the, you know, 6 or 7 that get a play.
You know, sometimes it just eats away your soul. I mean, I can understand. You know, I've had events before where I've had to sit and you just suck it up, but it's definitely not easy. And you know, I wouldn't say it gets cancerous, but it's, you know, you could definitely tell there's animosity towards, you know, certain players that are on the field, and then, you know, certain players that are not, and you just gotta keep your head focused, and if you're gonna be out there, you do your job.
Может, кстати, Мишаня, вот сейчас у тебя край будет, Гормон. No. Us 3 play on that side, you and him here. Мы сейчас также давай стреляем. No, Greg. Hey, if Fragey, sometimes he going up to middle for this can, the wood. No, we double up on the back center, on the left side.
You do?
And after I move out.
Okay, so you should...
You want to shoot from the back center, right?
Yeah.
Okay. Я могу пойти просто по центру тупо и отстрелять. -3 сделали сразу, Денчик.
You'd be surprised how good of English they speak once they get a couple beers in them.
Russian?
I've learned Russian, but I don't try. I'd butcher it.
You know, they know each other, right? I mean, even if they're not talking, they're reading each other better, right?
Oost and eat, no H's.
Body language, definitely a lot.
We're very fortunate that over the years their English has got better. And I like to think that our guys are getting a little better with the Russian piece of it too. So
They can speak English. They like to say they don't for camera interviews and shit like that, but
We lose Sergey. Okay. He goes, bro, just you and me. Oh, bro, our snake. And I go, I know, our Dorito. And we're just holding tight. He goes, stay alive, bro. Oh, shit, I'm hit. Sorry, bro. It's casual. It's very casual and lots of bros. And, you know, you learn the basics. You learn a couple of numbers. You learn left and right. And you survive, man. You react. You know how good these players are.
Do you know left and right in Russian?
Lieva and something else. If it's not Lieva, it's, yeah. If it's not Lieva, it's the other way.
If they doesn't know information, they safe. And they never get shot. But if they know, they get shot because they try to run. We have a strategy.
Okay.
No. You not understand what I said. They play consistently. If they doesn't know where's the players, they try to check. If they know where's the players, they just start running and getting shot out.
Yes.
Nothing personal.
I look at you.
The 3! Kill the 3!
we won Millennium Series. You know, I wouldn't want to say, you know, okay, we won that, let's move on. No. We're going to go back, we're going to win those events, and we're going to try to win that series again.
And with us, like, we're expected to win. Like, this is our job. So it's like for us to go and say this is our 9 to 5, like, we're expected to win. Like, when guys go home, they're expected to train to win. And, you know, for us to not win is just bullshit.
People don't quit climbing mountains just because they've climbed one. They're always looking for a new challenge or a new mountain to climb.
To win everything and just continue to keep winning. So I would say, you know, to win, just continue to win and win and win and win. Don't stop winning.
You know, I'm not just the guy that climbs one mountain and then says, okay, well, I'm done. I made it up to the top of that mountain and I'm not going to go climb anymore, right?